welcome to ILTV's Evening Update. I'm Aaron Porras here with the latest news from Israel. In the third attack in 3 days, a Palestinian terrorist attempted to stab IDF troops in the northern West Bank. According to a military spokesperson, the IDF responded with gunfire, and the assailant was allegedly shot in the stomach. No Israelis were injured in the attack, and the Palestinian terrorist was taken to Petah Tikva's Beilinson hospital, where he's reportedly in serious condition, unconscious, and on a ventilator. He was later identified as being from the Balata refugee camp near Nablus. Yesterday in the same location, a 17-year-old Palestinian attempted to stab soldiers, but was also gunned down in response. Monday morning on Holocaust Remembrance Day, a female soldier was stabbed near the Kalandia checkpoint, just north of Jerusalem. The soldier was taken in for treatment, and the attacker is under arrest. United States President Donald Trump is now talking about making his first official visit to the Jewish state this coming May. The discussions come through alleged plans to extend his European tour, and his Israel visit would be scheduled to coincide with Jerusalem reunification celebrations. If Trump does indeed arrive around May 21st or the following days as planned, however, it would also be the perfect moment to discuss his campaign promise to move the United States Embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem and officially recognize the Holy City as the undivided capital of the Jewish state. Congress passed a motion to officially move the embassy back in 1995, but every president since then has signed executive orders every 6 months to postpone the move. Trump, unlike his predecessors, didn't only speak about the move either, though. His appointed ambassador to Israel, David Friedman, is also a pro-settlement, pro-embassy move supporter. After speaking with Palestinian officials, however, the planned move seemed to have stalled. Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas said that making such a move would, quote, destroy the prospects of any political process and would open the gates of hell in the region and in the whole world, end quote. Israel has announced that it believes it's stopped a sophisticated cyber attack that is suspected to have originated from a foreign government. Government officials say that the cyber attack had been directed to 120 different individuals working at academic institutions, government ministries, as well as various private companies. Rafi Franco, a senior division head at Israel's Cyber Authority, said that his office became aware of the attack last Thursday. Cyber monitoring authorities in the United States and Great Britain also became aware of the attack earlier today. At least one civilian government office in Israel has reported to the cyber authorities that it might be under attack. Franco went on to say that the attack was unique because it infected Microsoft Word files attached to authenticated emails from legitimate academic institutions that antivirus software failed to catch. As of yet, only 3 of the targeted individuals have opened the Microsoft Word documents infected with malicious malware software. Shortly after the attack was noticed, the Cyber Defense Authority published on its website instructions on how to defend against the attack. Meanwhile, Microsoft has issued a security update defending users against the threat. For the second time this month, Fatah has beaten Hamas in student elections. The student elections at the Polytechnic University in Hebron have just been tallied, and Fatah, the ruling party of the Palestinian Authority, has taken 19 seats, leaving only 11 for Hamas's Islamic Bloc, and 1 seat going to an independent left-wing Palestinian party. This year's election at the Polytechnic University saw Fatah take 1 seat from the Hamas-affiliated party as a result of the vote. Earlier this month, Fatah also won student elections at An-Najah University in Nablus, the largest Palestinian university in the West Bank. Student elections within the Palestinian territories are often seen by experts as a barometer of public support for Palestinian political parties, since the Palestinian Authority hasn't held an election that included Hamas in close to 11 years. After initially rejecting his visa, the Israeli Interior Ministry has just granted a 1-year work visa to Omar Shakir, Human Rights Watch's Israel and Palestine director. His application was originally refused February 24th, but within 24 hours he was allowed to enter as a tourist. According to Shakir, quote, Human Rights Watch applied for a work permit to take up my post as Israel and Palestine director here on the ground. We applied back in July of 2016, but in February 2017, the Israeli authorities denied us a work permit on the basis that Human Rights Watch was a fake human rights group and that was engaged in propaganda masquerading as human rights advocacy, Israel and Palestine, end quote. He continued, saying his objective was to oversee the alleged abuses committed by all the governing authorities, including Israel, the PA, and Hamas. He said, quote, we've been working in Israel and in Palestine for nearly 3 decades, and for the majority of this time we've had free access to Israel and the West Bank, and we've regularly had working relationships with the Israeli authorities. We are optimistic, we are hopeful always that we can engage with authorities even on difficult and sensitive issues, he continued. In March of 2017, the Israeli Knesset passed a law barring supporters of the boycott, divestment, and sanctions movement from entering the country, but exceptions are allowed. It was with this law that they barred Shakil. That's all for now. Stay tuned on ILTV.tv for our main daily broadcast playing after this. I'm Aaron Porras, and see you next time with our morning briefing from Israel at 8 a.m. Eastern Time.